Everybody, how was your weekend? You got some cold towards the right, very a little, a little overcast here. Always going to be a little people in the evening, softer and options. I did the thing that was you guys. Good morning, everybody. How was your weekend? How was the weather? Was it too hot, too cold? Porridge just right? Mine was okay, just a little dreary. When socks are an option, I'm not happy about the weather, but that's just how it goes. I did get to hang out with you guys a couple of times. We had a live Saturday morning about Athena, and we're back at it. Yesterday had a live about Summer Wells, 19 months. I still can't believe that's going on. Still can't believe it. Every case we have, it might take some time. It might get frustrating, but it moves forward. Not that one. Not that one. Not at all. Not at all. Angel P, member for 12 months. Thank you, Angel P. Here, hang on. I will put the members link up if anybody wants to become a member. Our members' lives are the best, if I say so myself. Awesome, awesome people we have in this community. There, I found it. I found it. Yes, Pauline, me and my socks. Feet weren't meant to be covered unless they're shoes. Kind of hard to wear, cute shoes with cute painted toenails, and you got them all covered up with those nasty socks. But it is what it is. I did see in the Crime Lines and Lies Facebook group, Amanda posted a freeze warning for Florida, which was basically frozen dew on the ground. Bob was complaining about his bird bath being frozen over. I told them all to shut up. Just shut up. As long as there's not snow or ice on the ground, I'm not going to complain too much. I am going to complain about a couple of things, though. We know the elephant in the room with Athena. Before I get to that, happy Martin Luther King Day. Today's a big day. Big day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Some of us have the day off. Banks are closed. There's parades everywhere. Is anybody going to a parade today or any other activities you have going on in your town? Dana, thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. Thank you. Thank you. So, big day, like I said, big day. Everything is closed as far as post office, courthouse, banks. A lot of people have the day off from work, which is a good thing. So, not going to complain about that by any means. But I've been getting these weird messages mainly on Facebook, only on Facebook. Facebook is the devil. Facebook is right up there with the DMV and Walmart of places I don't really like. I don't like it. Weird messages. It'll say, I'm feeling generous today. Drop your Cash App. I'm like, what? Or it'll say, have you heard the good news? It's the craziest thing. The good news is supposed to be some settlement that I'm not in. Has anybody gotten any of these? It's the stupidest shit ever. I just delete them, block them, I'm done with them. That's it. But I'm not done with Pauline because she just became a member. Thank you, Pauline. Annoying as hell. It is just so stupid. I was arguing with one of them one day. I said, this is a scam. This is a scam 100%. And they're like, no, send me your Cash App and I'll send you $3,000. Imagine everything you could do with $3,000. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't even know. It's stupid. Has anybody else gotten any of these, or am I just the only one blessed with this? Britt said, I keep getting messages from randoms stating that they won the lottery and they're trying to share it with random people. Got to be kidding me. Rowena, there's an Amazon scam going around. You know, anytime there's something good, somebody just has to ruin it. Amba used to get messages like that over on Instagram. Instagram is supposed to be the happiest place in the world. Supposedly. Got to be kidding me. And with this case right here, you've got to be kidding me. With this case, you have to be kidding me. All right, so Saturday, where we left it is, we're not quite sure who's on first. Who was supposed to be watching Athena and Adina? Okay, we do know that I found out now, the spring of 2022, Jasmine Adina is her name. Turns out she is, the rumors seem to be true as of today. They could change in an hour. She left her children, Adina and Athena, back in the spring of 2022 with her sister, Alicia, who I call TikTok, and her husband, Ivan, who I call Liven, because it seems like he's a big-ass liar. They all are, but he's been taking the cake since the show on Saturday. She leaves these two little girls with her sister. No crime in that. None. Whether it's for the weekend, whether it's for the week. You know, let's think about it. Let's say I have surgery or I have a business trip. And let's say that my children are too young to take care of themselves, you know, under 18. Let's just say under 18. I'm just using an easy age. So I ask my sister or a friend of mine, can you watch the kids while I'm out of town? Sure, no problem. Okay, cool. That's what a responsible parent does. You don't leave them home by themselves. Now, before I leave town, I'm going to give the caregiver, babysitter is what we used to call them, the number to our primary care doctor. I'm going to let the doctor even know I'm going to be out of town. So my friend, my neighbor, my sister, my cousin, whoever, if they call, it's because I'm out of town. I'm going to let the school know. I'm going to be out of town. I'm on a business trip. I'm having surgery, whatever. Don't need anything formal, and you damn sure don't need to involve the courts. God, no. You can really make your own decisions without involving Uncle F and Sam in every little thing. Stupid. But in this case, she drops the kids off with her sister, and as of a week ago, never picked them back up. She had time for tattoos. Tattoos cost money, by the way. I have nothing against tattoos. Who gets tattoos? What you put on yourself? I don't care. My husband's all tatted up, but he takes care of his kids. She had money for that. I wonder how much money Jasmine was sending her sister. How much was she sending TikTok and Liven every month for food, for clothes, for toys? I have a feeling not very much. Seems that her not being able to take care of her children did not revolve around rehab and recovery, like a lot of people are saying. Watch where you step on the internet, whether it be other YouTube chats or Facebook groups. There are a lot of people that are defending Jasmine. They're saying, well, she's a young mother, and people tell you if you can't take care of your kids, you need to reach out, whether it be to a friend or a family member for help. They do. They absolutely do. You need help, and you need someone to come help you with the kids so you can go to work, go to the grocery store. You need a breather. You need to go to the doctor, whatever. Yes, absolutely, you do that. No one can do it all on their own. No one. Nobody. But for a man is a different situation altogether. So anyway, her problem was Devonte, from what I'm understanding. So in order to get her groove on with Devonte, she left the kids with TikTok and Liven so she could go on and do her thing. Okay. The father, let's go through some pictures. This might help because it's a confusing case. All right, on the screen, and yes, he has been arrested. That's Liven. That is Liven. Okay, here is TikTok, also known as Alyssa. Here is the mother, Jasmine. I don't have any pictures of Devonte, by the way. They just got married in October. This is the biological father, Wes. Some people say he's in Oklahoma. Some people say he is stationed in Jacksonville. I can't say too much about him yet until I know the whole story. I can do a ton of woulda, coulda, shouldas, but I can't until I know exactly where his ass has been for the last year. I don't know. I don't know where he's been. This is paternal Grandma Penny. All Penny has had to say about this situation is they know where Athena's out right now. She's safe, but they won't let us see her. We have to go through Oklahoma Department of Human Services. She goes on to let us know it's a long backstory, and it's kind of personal. Oh, it's a lot personal. It's a lot personal. And at this point, it's, you got the whole state of Oklahoma looking for her. You got people all kinds of upset. It's really not private business anymore, Penny. Might do you some good to reach out to one of the stations in Oklahoma City, even one of the stations in Lawton, Tulsa, Dallas, talk to them. Okie Crime News, thank you for the super sticker. Are you from Oklahoma? Yes, I am. I'm south of Tulsa. Reach out to one of the media stations, not YouTube. YouTube's probably not going to help you. Let them know a little bit of the backstory of what's going on here. If she knows, she may not know. She may not know. To be quite honest, we know how these things go. She may not freaking know. We also have another grandmother, Shelley, who is the grandmother of Adina and Athena, mother to TikTok and Jasmine. She was fully well aware that Adina and Athena were given to their aunt and uncle while her daughter went and got some things sorted out with, it turns out, Devante. According to the timeline, this is what we have. TikTok told Liven she wanted a divorce. This is during the holiday gap, I call it. So between Christmas and New Year's. So she tells him she wants a divorce. Now, a few weeks ago, these are the pictures that we were seeing of the two of them. Okie Crime News, thank you for the super sticker. You're in Tulsa too? T-Town represent. Okay, so a few weeks before all this went down, around, I'd say, Thanksgiving time, October to November, we're seeing these type of pictures. This is live and in TikTok, and there's a lot of comments. You're so beautiful. Oh, I love you. You're my world. Thank you. Stuff like that. Okay, here's another one right here, taking selfies in the mirror. There's live and in TikTok right there. All right, so between Christmas and New Year's, she tells him, I want a divorce. I'm done. She takes her self only and leaves the residence. I don't know if she was staying with her mom, Shelley. I don't know if she got her own place, or I don't know if she moved in with her new boyfriend. I don't know. Her new boyfriend was, because I have a feeling they're not together now, Bladen. This is Bladen with TikTok. According to Bladen, he did not know that the children were home by themselves. Some people will argue and say, well, if he did, that's not a crime. Yes, it is. If he was playing the horizontal boogaloo with her in Moore, Oklahoma for the weekend, knowing that the kids were not being taken care of and did not report it, yes, he would be in trouble. He would be in trouble. He's recently divorced. He got divorced in October. He has children too. It is a mess and a half. It's 100% mess. According to Ivan took his 4 children, which is confirmed, left the house, left the state of Oklahoma, headed to Arizona. He believed that Shelley was going to take care of Adina and Athena, and that TikTok was going to come back to the house. But he was out. He took his kids and he went to Arizona. She didn't care because she's with someone new, from what I'm understanding. Are we up to speed? Does this make sense at all? Now, Liven is in trouble for not only neglect, endangerment, abandonment, and all that. He's in trouble for first-degree murder. From what I'm understanding, it's because they came across something on his phone. I don't know that the phone has texts that say, I murdered Athena. I think it's because he's the one that physically left the kids there by themselves. waiting on old girl to come back, his soon-to-be ex-wife, waiting on the grandma to come over, but he's the one that left them alone. And Athena left the house and can't be found and is presumed to be dead because there's no way between Thursday, January 5th, that's the most recent I've heard that she's missing, and today could not survive outside by herself. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. He's even gone as far as to say that he dropped the kids off with Shelly. Well, we know that's a lie because they were in the house. Neighbors saw Athena in the backyard playing. They just didn't know that the kids were there alone. Okie Crime News, have they found out who the biological parents are? I want to know that. The biological parents are Wes, listen to me, I'm talking with a lisp. Wesley Brownfield and Jasmine Brownfield. Now it is Jasmine Tucker because she got remarried in October. Hang on, let me put the membership link up for you, boy mom. There you go. But there was 0 custody order. I don't know what the time arrangement was. Was this supposed to be for a couple of weeks? Was this supposed to be for a month? I don't know. Athena would be going to kindergarten in September. Mom and dad would have to be involved in that. Kat, is Shelly the bio grandmother? Yes, she is. She's the maternal grandmother. It's crazy. We're going to have to go over this and over this and over this. Let's get to some comments from the last show because I know we're all still confused. Eventually, it will just click. Trust me, it'll just click. Okay, Marie said, I want to know who the last adult person was to see Athena. How did these caregivers get custody? Ivan has a warrant in Michigan for domestic violence. Unless family members just dropped them off with him, Athena and Athena were failed by both her parents. That's what I'm saying too. The way it's looking, this is just my speculation, the way it's looking, the last person to see the girls shut the door and leave them there by themselves was Ivan. Got to do a lot of flashcards here. That's Ivan. He's the one that physically left them alone. Whether he thought Alicia was going to be coming right back to watch them, Shelly was coming to pick them up. From my understanding, when he left to Arizona, he physically left Athena and Athena there. The woulda, coulda, shoulda does not matter. Now, he waived his right. He waived his extradition. And so he's going to be back in Oklahoma pretty soon. I think they have 30 days. I'm sure it's going to be a lot faster than that. He told the court he's got to get back here and get this straightened out. No doubt, dude, you're being charged with first-degree murder. Your actions led to the death of a child. You don't have to prove malice and you don't have to put your hands on them to get first-degree murder in this state. Anybody from Oklahoma knows it may not make sense, but they're going to tell you that's the way they're going to do it, and they're going to tell you it's right. So that is what happened there. Sandra said, just watched a candlelight vigil for Athena. The whole community came out, but no family members. No family members showed up. No family members. Where's Penny and where's Shelly? Where are they? When all the news broke, Ivan left his social media up. Jasmine put hers on lockdown. Bio dad, Wes, his is up. Penny left hers up, who is the paternal grandmother. Shelley's was zapped from the planet. Alicia took hers down, but she left up her TikTok because there's no way we're going to destroy all that talent. That's a work of art. That TikTok isn't going anywhere. She left the TikTok up, but she took her Facebook down. Sandra also said, think about it. These murderers would have gotten away with this crime had it not been for the one small 5-year-old baby girl that got left behind. This would have been, just my opinion, a Harmony Montgomery 2.0. If it was not for Athena getting the attention of the postal carrier, of the mail lady, nobody would have been looking for Athena. Nobody would have known she was missing. I would think that somebody eventually would have gone back to the house, whether it's to get a t-shirt, their hairbrush. They would have gone over there for something, then realized, oh, she's been alone by herself the whole time, but they wouldn't have been looking for her. They weren't looking for her at all. It would have wound up just like Harmony. It would have wound up just like Harmony. Fed Up says, I hope and pray that law enforcement has evidence, otherwise he might beat it. And that's true. He says he is in a hurry to get back here and get this straightened out. I bet he is. He is going to point the finger at Shelley, who is his soon-to-be ex-mother-in-law. He's got a lot of finger pointing to do towards his soon-to-be ex-wife, and they're going to be pointing the finger back at him. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I'll just say this. Juries in Oklahoma, it's very, very rare that they don't give a conviction. They don't scoff at life in prison, death penalty. They don't. Now, down the road, if they might appeal something and say, hey, you know, the whole jury combined didn't even have an 8th grade education. And they'll be like, okay, well, we'll give them a new trial or something. But they don't scoff at this. They're not going to say anything about the fact if it does come out, he didn't physically murder Athena. He left her home by herself, which led to her death. They're not going to have any problem with handing down forever and a day in jail. Newport Marina said, I wonder if the PCA is sealed. Thank you, Brooks, for the updates in this convoluted, tragic case. Funny thing is, I can't find anything on ODCR for TikTok. I can't find her on there anywhere. And him, we won't know until he gets back to Oklahoma. Then we'll see what they've got. We'll see it then. I don't know if it's going to be redacted, how heavily redacted. She should see the judge tomorrow. Everything's closed today because of Martin Luther King Day. So, but in the meantime, we don't have anything. Thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. If I got to scroll down. Boy Mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hang on, what? Exactly, Whist. And in all of this, new boyfriend, new husband, gonna get a divorce. I called Shelley. Shelley was supposed to take care of the kids. Holed up in a hotel room in Moore, Oklahoma with all this going on. Where's Athena? Where is Athena? Where is she? It's horrific. It is horrific. I put on the channel over the weekend. I want to look at it again with you guys. This is Ivan in court. Liven. Like I said, they're all pointing the finger. It's really odd to me that Grandma Shelley has been so quiet. It makes me wonder, was she really supposed to come over and watch Adina and Athena and just didn't do it? What is going on there? Either way, he should have never walked out of that house until he knew another adult was inside that house to watch Adina and Athena. He should have never. When I think about little Adina crying to the mail carrier saying, they left us, they left us, they left us. That breaks my heart. Kara said, where are his kids right now? Protective custody in Arizona, from what I understand. And Adina's in protective custody in Oklahoma.
Take your name and date of birth for me, please.
Ivan Adams III, March 12, 1986.
You're looking at Ivan Adams from the Maricopa County Courthouse in Arizona. According to new court documents released today, he was taken into custody on an outstanding warrant for first-degree murder and child neglect Thursday.
Looks like you have a warrant out of Oklahoma.
The 36-year-old was arrested by Phoenix police in connection to Athena's disappearance. Adams told the judge he wants to be extradited back to Oklahoma, making this statement.
So you could be in custody for up to 90 days if you're not able to post your bond with that option.
I need to get there and fight this.
So
I want to get there and take care of it.
He said, I need to get there and fight this. I want to get there and take care of it. What excuse can he give for leaving the house with his 4 children and leaving a 5 and a 4-year-old alone? Because saying Shelley was on the way over isn't going to cut it. That's not going to work. Saying that his soon-to-be ex-wife was on her way over isn't going to cut it. And it could turn out tomorrow that he left and Shelley was there. I don't know. Exactly, just me. None. It is a messy mess. And in the middle of all this, he said, she said, new husband, tattoos, found a new guy in between Christmas and New Year's and decided I want a divorce and all this stuff. Athena's missing, presumed dead. Adina not only got pawned off by her mother, and God only knows when she saw her father last. Because it seems like these women, when they're done with it, they're done. They throw the baby out with the bathwater. They're done. They get a new sheet of paper and they're ready to move on to the next one. They're ready. I mean, Jasmine meets Devontae, drops her kids off with sister, gets married in October and never looked back. When she was done with Wes, she wasn't letting him see the kids. Now, what Wes did about that, I don't know. I have no idea what he did. Looks like, does he even know that Adina and Athena were living with his ex-sister-in-law? I would hope. And if he did find out, I would hope he would be doing something about it. He's the daddy. He's the dad. He trumps TikTok and Liven. Even though he's in the military, he can make other arrangements. I don't know what, because I've never been in that situation. Him and his mother are not on good terms. There's a lot of Facebook posts where he's venting his disgust about his own mother. So who would he get to take care of his children while he is stationed in Jacksonville? He's kind of between a rock and a hard place too. The whole thing is disgusting. Okay, let's listen to Liven again.
take your name and date of birth for me, please.
Ivan Adams III, March 12, 1986.
You're looking at Ivan Adams from the Maricopa County Courthouse in Arizona. According to new court documents released today, he was taken into custody on an outstanding warrant for first-degree murder and child neglect Thursday.
Looks like you have a warrant out of Oklahoma.
The 36-year-old was arrested by Phoenix police in connection to Athena's disappearance. Adams told the judge he wants to be extradited back to Oklahoma, making this statement.
So you could be in custody for up to 90 days if you're not able to post your bond with that option.
I need to get there and fight this.
So
I want to get there and take care of it.
Court documents from Maricopa County, Arizona say evidence was found in Adams' possession, specifically a cell phone. Adams was arrested in a Phoenix neighborhood without incident.
We're looking for her. Our analysts and our team of multiple law enforcement agencies are reviewing surveillance video from around town and again pursuing any tip that comes in, following it up, and trying to identify any clues that can be used to locate Athena.
Last night, we watched as police towed away a vehicle from the home near West Nebraska Avenue and 3rd Street in Sorrel. 4-year-old Athena was reported missing Tuesday afternoon when a postal worker found her 5-year-old sister in front of this house. And Adams has a $1 million cash-only bond. The state of Oklahoma has 30 days to come get him from Arizona. Once again, Athena has still not been found.
All right, they have 30 days to go get his ass and bring him back up here. They'll take their time. They're in no hurry to bring him back up here. They don't want to hear his tired ass excuses. He's coming up here to fight this. If he's here by Valentine's Day, I'll be shocked. Well, it'll have to be before Valentine's Day because that would be over a month. Anyway, if he's here by the end of the month, I'll be shocked. Sandra said, it's a mess. However, you may be right. He may have left, took his kids, and that left Alyssa with 2 kids, which interrupts her date with new boyfriend. Yeah. And it was a hot and heavy date from what I'm understanding. From what I'm understanding, they were enjoying the best that Moore, Oklahoma has to offer. I mean, it is something else. January 1st, she's posting this. When you start to love yourself, everything else will fall into place. She's ready for a new year, guys. She's ready for a new year. There she is in the quick trip bathroom with her ass up on the sink, taking a selfie. That's how you love yourself. There she is. When you start to love yourself, everything else will fall into place. Well, yes, you selfish bitch. And look where it got you. Your ass isn't up on the sink smiling now. It's not. You look totally different in your mugshot. Disgusting. She also posted on January 1st, 1/365. New beginnings and new memories. She says, was a hell of a year. So ready to make 2023 mine. Ready to make 2023 mine. She posted that on Sunday, January 1st. A week ago today is when she was love bombing Facebook. Man of my dreams. The most magical weekend you could ever imagine. Alicia Galvin. She already changed her last name. She's Facebook divorced now. Okay? You don't need the law when it comes to these people and their social media. She's Facebook divorced. She's not Alicia Adams anymore, according to her. It's Alicia Galvin. She was at Warren Theaters, January 7th. And she said, best weekend. Best weekend. You bet. She had posted, I have no choice but to make it. I'm somebody's mama. Then underneath that, she forgot about being somebody's mama because she said, found my calm in the storm and I could not be happier. I could not be happier. Bladen had a magical weekend too because he posted, just want to tell you how much this weekend meant to me. Best weekend I've ever had. Just one of many that we will have. Life's a rocky road, but we're going to get through this and build something we never thought possible. We got this, baby girl. Thank you for all you've done for me. That was quite a weekend. That was quite a weekend. She says, you're the best. Can't wait to build the best life with you. Underneath that is Shelly Miller, her mom, whose grandkids were getting ready to be taken to Arizona, and 2 neglected, left alone in the house to live on pancake syrup. She just puts emojis with hearts on them everywhere. You bet. Oh, you bet. It is disgusting. Disgusting. I missed a picture. Hang on. Where did it go? All right, so there's her and Bladen in the hotel taking a selfie. She's taking a picture with him, getting ready to build their best life, even though there's going to be a rocky road ahead of them. She likes those mirror selfies. We know that. Mind you, Adina and Athena, at this point, while this is going on, Athena's missing. Athena is missing. Here's the calendar right here. So today's the 16th. Athena went missing either on Thursday the 5th or Friday the 6th. I believe Liven took the 4 kids on Friday the 6th and headed to Arizona. So Friday the 6th, Saturday the 7th, 8th, 9th, the 10th is when Adina got the attention of the mail carrier saying they left us, they left us, they left us. She can't bathe herself. She may not even know how to change her own clothes, put shoes on or anything. She's hungry, the whole 9 yards. So while TikTok is posting this on January 7th, getting ready to live the best life, these kids are fending for themselves in the house, 4 and 5 years old. And her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, there they are in better times. There's another mirror selfie with them. It's basically like she just cut him out and put the next one in. It's disgusting. It is just disgusting. Kamari, selfish, self-absorbed a-holes. Yes, they are. Just Me said, if you can't take care of your kids, give them to someone who can. Now, that is what people are saying about Jasmine, that everyone needs to give Jasmine a break. Because Jasmine couldn't take care of Adina and Athena, so gave them to someone who can. Now, a weekend is one thing. A couple of weeks is one thing. I'll even give you a month. But a year is called custody. A year is called custody. That sounds to me like she had no plans of coming back. Now, in a case like that, something legal needs to be done. Something legal needs to be done. We don't just dump our kids off like they're stray dogs. You don't even dump stray dogs. You don't do it to your kids. Jenny, so did the pictures on TikTok cause him to lose it? They would cause me to lose it. From what I'm understanding, this came out of nowhere to Liven. And that he would do anything for her. Now, when I heard that, I thought maybe she did something to Athena and he covered it up because she's not going to do anything for him. Maybe that's what happened, because we're not going to know until he gets to Oklahoma. Is it murder, as in he physically killed Athena, or he shut the door, loaded up the 4 kids, headed off to Arizona with the expectation that somebody was coming to the house to take care of Adina and Athena, but that didn't happen. Athena got out of the house and she's presumed dead. They have searched every inch of that town, every tornado shelter, culvert. They went to another pond in another county over the weekend. They can't find her anywhere. Anywhere. Nowhere. Hang on. Jamie said, they aren't young people. Some people say, well, with their age and everything, whoa, they're in their 30s. They're in their 30s. It's hard to believe. considering everything she puts on TikTok. I'm telling you, I said it on Saturday, I'm gonna say it again. I couldn't imagine being a kid in 2023. I couldn't imagine walking into school. I mean, my parents could just breathe and I would be humiliated. I'd be like, "Don't breathe so loud. Don't laugh so loud. Are you really gonna wear that when you pick me up to school from school? Are you really?" Oh my, I mean, they embarrass me all the time. I couldn't imagine being kids now. Could you imagine walking into school? And we know how girls are. They always say, "Stop the bullying, stop the bullying." You're not going to stop kids from bullying each other. It's never going to happen. Not going to happen. Imagine walking in and someone goes, "I saw your mom on TikTok. Wow. Your mom thinks she's Cardi B." Wow. Your mom, I saw your mom rapping to Megan the Stallion. Oh, your mom was asking for a bunch of prayers, but said she can't say why. Something going on at home. Oh, your mom tried to add me as a friend on Facebook, and your mom is following me on Instagram. Isn't that kind of weird? I couldn't imagine being one of these kids. I couldn't imagine. And what the adults put on Facebook and stuff, hell, the school counselors have to get involved. I didn't even realize this was such a thing. They have to get the kids and say, "Everything okay at home? We saw some stuff on social media. We might want to talk about it." God, I couldn't imagine. I would shit and fall back in it if my mom was on TikTok rapping to Cardi B. I just couldn't. Not that she would. Here's just a little taste of what this idiot does.
It's Brittany, bitch. It's Brittany, bitch.
No, it's just bitch. It's just bitch. It's not, it's Brittany, bitch. It's just bitch. It's bitch in orange that is in jail for the neglect of a 5 and 4-year-old, her nieces. Her nieces. She posted this gorgeous picture. There she is. There's Liven. 6 children. 6 children. I blanked out all the faces except for Athena. I think this was around Easter time last year. Talking about, "I'm here for these kids," telling Facebook what a great mom she is. Now she's in jail. She is in jail. Somebody asked about Bladen. Bladen did put a tweet out. He deleted his Facebook and now he has a new social media account. It's Cap'n Kraken. Okay, that's him. He said, "I deleted my Facebook due to the threats." I bet you did. "I have continued to help OSBI in any way possible." OSBI is Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. He said, "I have continued to help OSBI in any way possible, and they have stated I'm not a person of interest." From what I'm gathering, and I do believe him, he got sold a pretty bad bill of goods. So while they're flopping around at the hotel in Moore, Oklahoma, he is not aware that her nieces, if he even knew she had her nieces, were home alone. He probably knew that old boy took the kids and was on the way to Arizona. But as we're doing our thing in Moore, Oklahoma, he was not aware those kids were there by themselves. If he was, he would be in trouble. This lady says, "Hi, Bladen. So sorry for what you're going through. I clarified this in my latest update as well. It is awful that you were duped." He says, "Thank you for that. I will be okay. I can handle the hate. It's the babies I worry about. My heart goes out to Athena's family." Ugh. Just imagine. He finds the love of his life, a beauty influencer who is a TikTok star, according to her. They go to the hotel. I guess they went and saw a movie in Moore, Oklahoma. Then here comes Tuesday. This is after all day Monday. Them posting online about their magical weekend. Alicia saying he's the man of her dreams. And this is exactly what I've always needed. Exactly what you've always needed. A movie in Moore, Oklahoma, and a new pogo stick for you to bounce up and down on. That's what you needed? You have 4 children, and you've been taking care of your 2 nieces. But a romp in a hotel room in Moore, Oklahoma is all you've needed? Nana Barb, do you know if she was a pageant mom? I have not heard if she had her kids on the pageant circuit. I heard she was and very involved with her kids until recently. I heard she was very involved with her husband and her kids until recently. I think she stopped getting the attention that she wanted from Liven because he was always, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. She's like, thank you. Thank you. All of that was going on. Well, he stopped the you're so beautiful, and Bladen starts telling her she's beautiful. And next thing you know, we're at the no-tell motel. Kat said, you're really not selling trips to Moore, Oklahoma, Brooks. Sorry if you're from Moore, Oklahoma. Exactly, Terry. No, what you needed was to take care of your kids. Yes, moms take a night out. Yes, moms and dads have problems, but the kids don't just stay in the house while mom's doing her thing in Moore, Oklahoma. Dad's on his way or uncle's on his way to Arizona and get into the pancake syrup to keep themselves alive. Karma Libre, more is not bad, y'all, I promise. No, it's not. It's not. Speaking of Moore, actually just speaking of Oklahoma in general, I have no idea. I'm back and forth about this. How fast are they gonna get Ivan back here, back to Tornado Alley from Arizona? Anybody want to throw a date up and we can make a game of this? I'll be shocked if it's by the end of the month, because remember when they had to extradite Joe Kennedy from Florida? They took their sweet ass time. But he says he's got to fight this. Bob, so they had an Uncle Daddy. Bowling with cotton balls thinks by Friday. True Crime with Shannon thinks February. Amber says by the end of this week, she thinks. Bonnie, always looking for the silver lining. A new pogo stick in a movie. Let's give credit. She's low maintenance. Low maintenance. Mystified. Wasn't Moore, Oklahoma where the awful tornado hit one year? Many years. Many years. If you're in Moore, Oklahoma, you are going to get hit by a tornado at some point. May not happen this spring, may not happen this fall, but probably by the next spring, you're going to see a big funnel coming over your house. They get big ones there. They get big tornadoes. All right, so I want to look at this. This is the neighbors. This is an older clip. At this clip, only TikTok had been arrested. They hadn't mentioned Liven yet. But the neighbors are being harassed. Let me ask you guys something. If you see a child 4, 5, 6 years old in their backyard playing and they run into the house, Do you feel the need to call 911, or do you assume there's an adult in the house and the child is just playing? Kids can play in their backyard, right? I would not even think about it. Now, if I see a kid out there screaming and crying and saying they left me, and we have nothing to eat, that's a different story. But just seeing a kid run in their backyard and play and go back in the house wouldn't make me think it's a house of horrors. We were unloading the car on Saturday and I saw a couple of kids on scooters just doing their own thing. I did not think for a second that when they take their nice scooters back in their house or their garage or whatever, that they would be endangered, neglected by themselves. But some people are giving these people hell. I can't figure it out. These are the wrong people to be given hell to. These people had absolutely no idea that he had taken his 4 children that he has with TikTok to Arizona, that she was in a hotel room in Moore, Oklahoma. They see Athena go in the backyard, go back inside. They saw a trike in the road. She said, was anybody out here that late? You know, people really leave each other alone. People are saying to investigate them for what? For what? Jamie said, leave the neighbors alone. Amber, they look devastated. Yeah, because in hindsight, you know they're kicking their own ass. Like, God, if I'd asked these kids, then everything would be okay. But in this day and age, if you ask a kid, do you want to come in and get something to eat? You're on the sex offender list. You have to watch everything you do. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Yeah, the neighbors didn't do anything. Now, I have no idea about the biological father. If he knew where his daughters were, what their custody arrangement was. I can't imagine what the custody arrangement would be if he's stationed in Jacksonville, because he obviously can't get to Oklahoma every other weekend and see his girls. If what I'm hearing is true, I can't really see him being blamed for anything. Jasmine, I presume, is going to be charged with abandonment, neglect, something like that. I don't know for sure, and don't quote me. Don't quote me, because if there's a charge to be given, it's going to be given out. Trust me. In this state, it's going to be given out if it can be done. The freaking neighbors, look at them. Look at this again. This is crazy. Now, she mentions a dog. I'll be damn if he took the dog to Arizona and left Adina and Athena. Nothing against the dog, but that's going to piss me. Man, I tell you what. Got to be kidding me. Peas in a Pod said, what's the mandatory reporting laws there? Some states, everyone is. If you see, if let me put it this way. If my neighbor is beating on their kids and I ignore it, I can get in trouble. Period. If the neighbors had any inkling that Adina and Athena were in that house fending for themselves and they did nothing about it, they could be in trouble. If Bladen in the hotel room in Moore, Oklahoma, was aware that while he was playing hide the pickle with Alicia, that Adina and Athena were fending for themselves at the house back in Cyril, he could be in trouble for not saying something. Shelley could be in trouble if she knew that they were there by themselves. Ivan is in trouble. TikTok is in trouble. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Now you have Penny. That's what I want to know. So how much trouble can Jasmine get in for leaving them for a year? That's what I want to know. I mean, I can Google it, but we all know it's different strokes for different folks. What can she really get for abandonment? I mean, her parental rights are going to wind up getting terminated. And then we have Penny. It's a long backstory, you know, and it's kind of personal. What the hell ever? You mean for the last year you didn't see your grandkids? I think about the case of Serenity McKinney. The grandparents were getting the runaround big time from Serenity's mother, who had a new boyfriend. You know the drill. Finally, they said, you know what? She's already pissed at us. She's already not letting us see our granddaughter. So what's it going to hurt? Let's just call the police and say, can you at least tell us where they're at? Can you at least find our granddaughter for us? They were like, sure. You bet. We'll just do a well check visit. They go to the house and guess what? There's no Serenity. They said, produce Serenity. Of course, they get a bunch of different stories from her mom. Then the mom and the boyfriend hightail it to Kansas, to where they get arrested there, brought back to Kentucky, and what do you know? Serenity had been murdered. So as far as grandparents that say, you know, Penny's saying it's a long backstory, you know, it's just kind of personal. If already, and mind you, this really sucks because it's hindsight for her, you know? We can't do anything about yesterday. We can't do anything about yesterday. But she's not going to get a lot of sympathy. She's not going to get a lot of sympathy. I do know who is getting a lot of sympathy, and that's Jasmine. I'm seeing, like I said, it's a landmine out there, guys. We're safe here. But there's some groups and some chats that are very, what's the word? Sympathetic, I guess, towards Jasmine. They're like, she just did what she thought was right. She couldn't handle being a mother. She gave her kids to her sister to take care of because she couldn't handle it. It's probably recovery. I'm glad that she went into recovery. Maybe she was having some sort of breakdown. Look, she got remarried. She got remarried. She got remarried. She got some new tattoos. She got a new man, and that's it. That's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. And this, you look at this, there's a couple of months ago. Now, she says, according to TikTok, it was the year of hell. It was a rough, rough year, the year of hell. You know what? When you take on 2 extra kids, I imagine it was a rough year. I imagine it was. On top of the 4 you already have, I bet it was very, very hard. So there she is with her husband, which they're Facebook divorced now because she already changed her name on Facebook and her relationship status. So in her mind, that's as good as done. That's as good as a judge's signature. Done. Done. Facebook divorce, done. And then just a few weeks later, boom, mirror selfie again. There she is with Bladen. Man of my dreams, she says. Man of my dreams, magical weekend. Best weekend I've ever had. Let's make more memories together. We know it's going to be a rocky road, but we've got this. We've got this, baby girl. Let me tell you what, there's no baby girl now because when Bladen saw her flash across the screen in orange, and he realized that while we were in the hotel in Moore, Oklahoma, and we went to the movies with that gift certificate that she got for Christmas, and now she's in jail, and Athena's probably dead, there was no more baby girl. The memories were done. We're Facebook broke up now. We are Facebook broke up now. Facebook done. Over. Over. So in all of this, and it's going to be hard to pick one, who do you find to be the most responsible? Would it be Liven on the screen? Would it be TikTok on the screen? Would it be egg donor Jasmine on the screen? I couldn't tell you what she really looks like. This is a filter with the halo and horns. Would it be Wes on the screen? Who is the biological father? Penny, the grandma. I would show you a picture of Shelly, but I can't find one because Shelly, when the news broke, before she even called to find out what happened to Athena, she took down all her social media. Didn't even leave it up to share flyers of her granddaughter. She took it all down. Jinbug says all of them. Jinbug is equal opportunity right there. She's even got the exclamation marks right there. She says all of them. New Hampshire girl said all of the above. They should all go down. They all suck. All of them. You guys are a tough crowd. Like I said, be careful where you step out there. There's a lot of groups for Athena. I don't have one. We're just talking about Athena in the Crime Lines and Lies Facebook group. You're safe there, but be real careful talking about Jasmine. Be real careful. You might get dogpiled. I saw a dumpster fire this morning. Someone said, can we please give Jasmine a break? She did exactly what all young mothers are supposed to do. If you can't handle it, you have to reach out to somebody to help you. You do. You damn right you do. If you've got to go to work, if you've got to go to the doctor, if you're sick, if you have to go on a business trip, even if you and your new boyfriend are going out for the night. Absolutely. But a year? A whole year? I would love to know how much money was sent. And I'm not sympathizing. I'm just wondering how much money was sent for the last year. Because we know that money causes a lot of problems in a household. We know we do. We know what it's like when it's Monday and you've got $12 and you have to make it to Friday. We know. How much money was sent for clothes, entertainment, toys, food, medicine, diapers. In the last year. Terry, me too. Me too. I had my boys very young. Stair steps. Ilyanka, where you been, my friend? I've missed having you in chat. I've missed seeing your comments after the shows, too. Thank you. Here, this is what I was looking for. You said it way better than me, Ilyanka. Asking for help is far different than abandonment. Far different. Way, way different. Way different. Lex, what do you need caught up on? I mean, the timeline, Lex, is, here's the calendar, either last Thursday or Friday, well, not last Thursday or Friday, the Thursday or Friday before, the 5th or the 6th, sometime between Christmas and, let's say, January 5th. Alicia, I'll put her on the screen. She would be the person holding the camera. That's what all the TikTok magic is made with. She tells the dude in the picture who's her husband, legally, by law, is her husband. They have 4 children together. She wants a divorce. She up and leaves him and her 4 children and her 2 nieces that she has been taking care of, the 2 of them, for the last year. She runs off with this guy. Last weekend, they spent a magical weekend together. Magical. But it wasn't magical for her nieces, Adina and Athena, because they were left to fend for themselves. I'll put the calendar back up. Last Tuesday, the 10th, the 5-year-old Adina got the attention of the mail carrier and basically said, they left us. We're here by ourselves. Ivan has been arrested for first-degree murder in Arizona. And Alicia has been arrested for 2 counts of neglect. It's just disgusting. Okie Crime News says, let's go this weekend, talk to the family, look around. They're all asking for the public's help. Road tripping. It's only a couple hours from here. It's only a couple of hours from here for sure. The whole thing is disgusting. They're looking everywhere. They have been all across that town. Now, as of this morning, I heard on KJRH, this is our local one in Tulsa, they said they don't want any more volunteers. I think they're taking the case in a different direction. Amy said, so if he got charged with murder, are they looking for remains or is there another victim? No, they're still looking for Athena. And to be fair, the murder may not be he physically killed Athena. It could be that he's the last one to leave the house and leave Athena and Athena behind, hence leading to her death. I know that part's kind of confusing because some people are like, you can't charge first-degree murder unless you physically kill someone. That's not the case here. That's not the case here. Good thought from Jamie. Jamie said, so she must have ridden that tricycle the first day. Yep. The FBI, yep, the FBI is involved. They brought up soldiers from Fort Sill, Comanche Nation's involved, and the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. They've taken over the entire investigation. So it's not just nothing against the town, nothing against the law enforcement there. This is just bigger than what they can handle. So the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, they're the lead investigator on this. Always Late said, what have the other 4 children see? That's horrifying too. Imagine that. They just up and leave with their dad. Their mom goes and finds a new boyfriend. They leave Adina and Athena behind, who they've been with. These are their cousins for the last year. And now they are in state care too in Arizona, from what I'm told. I mean, all of this selfishness, look what it has led to. Athena is no longer, she is not physically on this planet anymore. They presume her to be dead. Adina is in protective custody with the state of Oklahoma. The 4 children that he took with him to Arizona, they're now with complete strangers. But all the adults are going to be okay, to be quite honest. Penny will move on with her life. Shelly, she's obviously, she's not charged with anything. Now, the ones that are in jail, they'll be okay in their own way. Lex said, has the biological mother or father made any statements about this? No. None. Zero. None. None. They were not at the vigil. They have not spoken to the local news. Nothing. Nothing. Sick. They have said nothing. I have not even heard that they're out there trying to find Athena. Nothing. Penny is the paternal grandmother on the screen. That's Penny. Wes is the biological father. He's supposed to be stationed in Florida. Jasmine, with all the filters, is the biological mother. This is the uncaregiver, Alicia, hereby known as TikTok. And her husband, who took their 4 children and headed to Arizona, leaving Adina and Athena alone. Yep. It is very confusing. Hats off Major props to the mail lady. She could have easily been like, just run back inside. I'm sure your mom will make you a snack. And some people would. Some people would. But she didn't. She stayed with Athena. She called the authorities and said, I need help over here now. I need help over here now.
Was wrong. That's when officers discovered Athena was gone. We talked to the mail carrier.
You know, I always, in these cases, I want to hear what the local news is saying. Okay, not that News Nation doesn't have good information, or Fox or CNN or anything like that, but I really want to hear from the local news station. But you got to give it to the local reporter here that just about climbed in the mail Jeep with the mail carrier. She sits there and says she didn't want to talk on camera. She's very shaken up about this, but I'm still gonna bombard her in the mail Jeep. Lex said, backstory on why bio mother left the kids with sister. We don't know. We have no idea. None. Just that she got remarried in October. We don't know. No idea. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation, but the pure facts of it, we don't know. Phew. Annette, you're right. Athena is a witness. Athena is the hero in all of this. Athena's the one that got the attention of the mail carrier. She was probably told when he left to go to Arizona, don't leave the house. Your aunt will be here soon. Your grandma will be here soon. There's no excuse whatsoever. Do not leave the house. But when she saw the mail carrier who was at the door, from my understanding, she got her attention. The mail carrier said she was worried about her body language. Didn't take her long to figure out that there was no adults home. Called the authorities. Then they realized by talking to Athena, that's the only way they would get this information. They don't know who lives there. They find out Athena's not there. There was a question from Share Bear. This was said on the news, our local news on Friday, that they had brought in a child forensic psychologist to talk to Athena to get more information out of her, to fill in the timeline, what clothing Athena was wearing, try to get more of a pin down, like how long have they been alone? And it breaks my heart that she had to go through that. Because kids think everything is their fault, right? I mean, it might seem like eons ago, but kids think things are their fault. DB said, so the bio dad took the 4 kids. Yep, he took his biological kids to Arizona, left his nieces in the house. He says when he gets here, he's going to get all of this straightened out. Now, I have seen several comments from people saying, where the hell is Shelly? Where is Shelly, the grandma? Shelly knew. Many people, it reminds me a lot of the Quentin Simon case where people came right through busting through the gate saying Billy knew that Leilani wasn't supposed to be alone with Quentin. Billy knew. I'm seeing a lot of comments of people saying Shelly had to have known those kids were there by themselves because she knew Ivan was on his way to Arizona. And she knew because she was going back and forth on Facebook with her daughter that her daughter was with her boyfriend in Moore, Oklahoma. Where did she think Anita and Athena were? Thank you, Okie Crime News. Okie Crime News is going down there next weekend. Next weekend, there's going to be a trip to Southwest Oklahoma going down. D. Kessler, thank you for the super sticker. And this is it in a nutshell, Lee Pepper. These are women that chose men over their children. That is what is going on there. It is sick. Jamie Luna said, yeah, where the hell was Granny? We can't blame Penny because Penny hasn't been around for a year. They wouldn't piss on Penny if she was on fire. Jasmine and Wes don't really care for Penny, from what I'm understanding. She had kind of been cut out long ago. She says it's a long story and very personal. Penny pissed them off. But the other grandma was well aware that Adina and Athena were dumped off on her daughter by her other daughter, that the sheets had been split, that Ivan was going his way and Alicia was going her way. Where did she think the two girls were? Sarah, that just tells me the only thing Granny was worried about was her own kid. He probably never got his butt tore up as a kid. Yeah. Because Shelley was on social media for a hot minute defending Alicia, and now it's all gone. You can't find Shelley on social media, from my understanding. Now, Alicia, she shut her Facebook down, but I was talking to another woman that said it's back up, and she thinks law enforcement had it reopened. I don't know. She can't do it from inside the jail. She doesn't have internet access in there. She doesn't have an iPad or anything like that. They don't do it like that at all. All right, guys. Well, I think we're pretty much up to date now, even though it's extremely confusing. What it comes down to is last spring, Jasmine filtered and on the screen left her two daughters with her sister and brother-in-law on the screen. When these two broke up, he went one direction, she went another direction, and they left the two girls in the home by themselves. Athena somehow got out of the house. Either she's been picked up by some damn pedophile or she got into something and she died. But they do not presume her to be alive. There's a lot of he said, she said, finger pointing. We don't know, because the two main culprits are in jail. Alicia's in jail in Caddo County, Oklahoma. He's in jail in Arizona, awaiting to be brought back here. The grandmas, the bio dad, we don't really even know if or where they fit in. Shelley would fit in more than anybody else because she was in their day-to-day life. And my question to Shelley is, if she was in this chat, I would be like, Shelley, where did you think Adina and Athena were? Did you think that your soon-to-be ex-son-in-law took them to Arizona? Where did you think they were? I don't know. I don't know. Can't make TikToks in the jail. All right, in closing, I'm going to give a tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. This is a speech that most of us had to memorize in school. And then it'll be on to the next show.
Pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims' pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring, and if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let's be afraid and when they come.
It goes without saying that speech is timeless. That's going to be, hopefully things haven't changed too much and it's still talked about in school. I know a lot of things have changed in school since I went to school and even since my kids went to school, but hopefully that's one of the things that does not change. I also hope it doesn't change that you guys come back every morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning at, actually, you know what, tomorrow morning's going to be an early day. We're going to have our show at probably like 7, 8 o'clock. I don't know exactly the time yet because I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a doctor's appointment and then some other stuff that's going to take me through the afternoon. So it's going to be early morning tomorrow. Early morning tomorrow. And we're going to keep on with this case because I am about 100 shades of pissed off about this. I cannot believe any idiot would leave a 5 and 4-year-old alone. Not just because they were going to, and I'm not saying it's excusable, period. Not because they were going to run down to the store and get a jug of milk and say, sit here and watch your show. I live in the real world and so do you guys. We're not talking about turning your back for a little bit. Not sit here and watch your show. I've got to get in the shower. We're not talking about lay down and take a nap because I have to mow the yard. We're not talking about anything like that. We are talking about picking up 4 of his kids, heading to Arizona, telling old girl, go take care of your nieces. He knew what she had going on. He knew she's with another dude. He knew it. Jasmine dumps off her kids because, well, everyone has said, oh, I bet she had to go to rehab. Well, don't bet anything except for that just bet that she got on with the life she wanted to live without being weighed down by those 2 little girls. Well, she's not weighed down now because the state of Oklahoma is looking for Athena. They're turning that town upside down looking for this little girl. What are they doing now? They won't even as much as share a flyer. They keep saying, oh, the online hate and the threats. I don't even want to hear it. Hell, it's not bothering the neighbors. It's not bothering Bladen. Bladen has to admit to the whole world that he was in Moore, Oklahoma with the TikTok queen. And at that time, Athena could have already been wandering around looking for an adult to take care of him. It's disgusting. Disgusting. I can't wait for Ivan to get back and we can see the probable cause of, I want to know what's on that phone. What is it? And then, of course, she's supposed to have a hearing tomorrow. So you know what we're going to be talking about. You know what we've got to be talking about. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If you guys want to join us in Discord, we have probably 40 different rooms in there by now. Send me an email. I'll get you in there. If I don't see you in Discord, then I'll see you around in one of the Facebook groups. Always a good chat with good friends. I appreciate you guys very much. Enjoy your Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Take it in. Have a great one. See you guys back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.